hearty welcome to Sri Sathya Seva Gurukulam, free online classes in science. It's a very interesting branch of science, combustion and flame. Okay, in the previous class you have seen about combustion. Let us just revise. Meaning of fuels, meaning of combustion. Fuel is a substance which is used for combustion. For example, you have charcoal is a fuel, or if you take liquid like petrol is a fuel. Gases like LPG. What is LPG? Liquid petroleum gas, correct? Anybody knows what is there in the LPG gas inside? Is it gas inside? Yes? No. It is liquid inside. What is the name of the liquid? Anybody? Challenge. You don't know? No, you must not have heard. It is above your standard, okay? But anyway, you must be knowing it. It's called butane. B-U-T-A-N-E. Its formula is, new word, please note it, C4H10. That is that liquid inside LPG, okay? When it comes the top and when you open the tap, it becomes vapor stage. That's how you get it, okay? And when the fuels are heated, combustion takes place. For combustion, what all necessary? For combustion to take place, we want three things. One is fuel, another is oxygen, third is heat. In the presence of all these three, combustion takes place. There are some substances which catch fire easily. For example, petrol, diesel, kerosene, etc. They catch fire easily. They are called combustible substances, in camphor also. And there are some substances like wood, you can say stone, etc. It do not catch fire easily. Of course, stone will not be burned at all. They are called non-combustible substances. So, condition for combustion is, just now we told, one is fuel, another is heat, third is oxygen. Presence of these three, we get combustion. Also, we have seen ignition temperature. The minimum temperature required for a substance to burn is called ignition temperature. For example, if you want to light a candle or the lamp in your home, in the puja room, what do you do first? You take a matchstick, strike against the side of the matchbox, correct? There will be fire, and that will be brought near the lamp. When you bring it near the lamp, it won't catch fire easily. It takes some time. Have you observed? First you must remove the black substance that is formed on the top of the wick. Then you must bring it near. Slowly it catches. That is called ignition temperature. Even for candle also, it will not catch fire easily. It takes some time. And it has got a lot of applications like that. It's a very interesting thing, you must note. Okay. These are all the things we have studied earlier. Now let us come to the home assignments. First question, list the conditions under which combustion takes place. Oxygen is essential for combustion. Fuel and heat is necessary for the combustion to take place. So three things. Okay. Name the reactions by which enormous amount of heat and light is given out by sun. What is the reaction called? Thermonuclear fusion reaction. Why it is called fusion? Don't have confusion, okay? Hydrogen gas becomes helium gas with the evolution of enormous amount of energy. Okay? Have you heard about bombs? Yes? Yeah, you heard about atom bomb, correct? In atom bomb, fission takes place. Metals, the elements like uranium, thorium, etc., which are heavy radioactive, gets bombarded. When a neutron of suitable velocity hits it, lot of energy is released. That is called nuclear fission. That is the principle of atom bomb. But we are telling about now hydrogen bomb, where light nucleus like that of hydrogen becomes helium. There is also a lot of energy is released. Similar is the case in the case of sun. Hydrogen becomes helium. What is the age of sun? Yes? What is your age? You know all of your ages? Some of you may not know it. You have to ask your mother or father. Correct? Sun's age is 4,500 million years. Not 100 years or 1000 years. 4,500 million years. He is shining like that, and we are at a sufficient distance from sun. That's why you are happy and safe. Suppose you are in the planet like Mercury, you would have burnt off. Even Venus also. We are at a sufficient distance from sun. That is again grace of God. So your earth, is very suitable, congenial for all the lives or organisms to live happily and peacefully. So you must be grateful to God for that. Okay? And that is a reaction called fusion reaction. And one more question, what do you mean by ignition temperature? The lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire is called ignition temperature. Is it not? Even for camphor also it takes some time, little time to catch fire. Suddenly it won't catch. That's what is called ignition temperature. White phosphorus is not used in matchsticks. Why? White phosphorus is poisonous, and by using it, the workers will suffer from a disease called phossy jaw. Means jaws becoming bulged, lot of pains. Sometimes it led to some cancers. So many people died actually in the beginning. They are not knowing the reason. Later on they came to know that white phosphorus that is there, it is a poisonous one. So what they did? Now recently they have replaced it into red phosphorus. So earlier they are using white phosphorus, which had led to the death of thousands of workers. Okay? Now it has been replaced by red phosphorus, which is not poisonous, but also it works like a phosphorus which catches fire on striking the surface of the matchbox. Now coming to topic for today, let us see what is meant by combustible substance. A combustible substance cannot catch fire or burn as long as its temperature is lower than its ignition temperature. For example, here you see, what is this? Burning of charcoal. When a wood is there now, especially village girls or boys may be knowing it. When a wood is there, what your mother or grandmother do? They will have a pipe. They blow it. There will be smoke coming out. They go on blowing, blowing, blowing. After some time, the smoke, becomes very thick. Suddenly it catches fire. So after that, what happens? The wood gets converted into charcoal. Still if you heat it, it will be red hot. Is it not? And still if you heat it, what happens? There will be a white powder formation. Is it not? You call it as ashes. So one should not mistake by seeing ashes that there is no fire. If you just touch it, the hot red, red colored fire will say, hey, I am there, don't touch me. So you and I are all caught by this Maya. The Maya is like that ashes covered to the burning fuel. So we will not be knowing that there is fire inside. So in all of us, God is there, just like a burning fire. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hrideshajjana tishtati. Ishavasyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. So God is present in every one of us. He is just, this Maya is covering this God who is inside us, just like the ashes cover the fire. Are you following what I am telling? Following? Okay. So you have to get rid of that ashes. When the fire is, ashes are get rid of, you can see the burning fire inside. So, for example, cooking oil does not catch fire when a frying pan is kept for long on a burning stove. You have seen stoves, kerosene stoves, and also you might have seen electric stoves and many other type of stoves. So it does not catch fire because it requires some temperature to get it caught fire, and kerosene oil and wood do not catch fire on their own at room temperature. Only after some time, when a matchstick is bought, burning matchstick is bought near the kerosene, then it catches. Is it not? Wood also will not catch fire easily. So this you can make out that these are the substances called as combustible and non-combustible substances. Now let us do a small activity. Take 2 paper cups. You know paper cups? These are called paper cups. It fold, especially circular, just like your filter paper, what you call. Fold it 3 times, 3:1. So you get what is called as paper cup. And in one of them, pour about 50 ml of water. Here, pour some water on it. Another one without water. And if you heat both of them by help of candle, what do you expect? Without water will get burnt off. Can you try it yourself? Yes, you can try, correct? If you have water in that, that will not be burnt. Why it happens? Because, so when they are heated, both of them heated, one of them gets burnt, another does not get burnt because there is water inside and a conduction of heat takes place. What is conduction? Passing of heat from one point to another by passing through the material. So when you heat it here, the hot paper heats up the water inside it, and hence it will not get burnt. So what you are going to see, observation, the water in the paper cup becomes warm and start boiling, whereas the other paper cup gets burnt. So water starts boiling. What is the boiling point of water? Yes, 100 degrees Celsius, correct? Yes, you have seen it, I think. Every day you are seeing it. So after that, the temperature remains same. Very interesting thing you must note. Similarly, what is the melting point of water? It is 0 degrees Celsius. What is called fusion. What makes that after if water is cooled, what happens? It becomes ice, correct? The volume of the water becomes more that time, it becomes ice. So, if water is heated, it becomes steam, becomes vapors. Water is cooled, it becomes ice. Okay. So, here because of the water present in that cup, it starts boiling, where other cup will not, no chances for boiling, it directly catches fire. So, what do you understand by this? Heat supplied to the paper cup is transferred to the water by conduction, and in the presence of water, the ignition temperature of water is not reached, hence it does not burn. Because of water present in that cup, the cup does not get catch fire, correct? So, in other one there is no water, hence it caught fire. Okay. Now, let us see what is meant by inflammable substances. Inflammable substances are the substances which have very low ignition temperature, easily catch fire with a flame, like petrol, diesel, etc. That is why the lid of the petrol, diesel should be tight. In kerosene also, you have seen it. If you do not close it tight, what happens? It evaporates of its own. And you might have seen the petrol vehicles, the lorries containing petrol. Have you seen it? Tankers, what you call it. They are written a very big letter. You have seen? What is they written? They are written that highly inflammable. This word you must observe correctly. Highly inflammable means catches fire of its own accord. Please note this. So, you should be very careful. You should be very careful. You should not bring any fire near it. So, that is what is written on the petrol tankers. You have observed? And that is why the petrol tankers go very slowly, they will not go fast, because the friction makes heat, and the heat of the vehicle, and they stop at a certain distance, so many stops they give. So, liquids or fuels like petrol, diesel, kerosene, LPG, etc. are highly inflammable, means catch fire easily. Okay. So, what is the solution for that? Suppose you get any fire accidents, that you call it as accidents. So, you have to call for what is that? Fire engines. And there is a institution called fire brigade. There are a lot of fire engines ready. Whenever the call comes, they will be sent to the particular spot. And what they do? They will try to put out the fire. What is the thing you must do for put out fire? One of the three should be done. Either you should stop the fuel, or you should stop the oxygen supply, or should stop the heat. One of the three. Fuel you cannot stop. For example, when the like this building is caught fire here, whole building is a fuel. You can't control. You can control heat or oxygen, one of the two. Okay. So, what they do is, first thing they do is they will try with water. So, firemen extinguish the fire by throwing water under pressure. So, this is how the water jet. It's a very good substance which stops the supply of oxygen, or it also reduce the heat of the substance. So, water is also very good. And precautions to be taken while handling the LPG is to be informed. So, that is already told to you. It should be light, the lid should be tightly closed, and when once you open it, when the work is over and the burning is over, you have to stop it tightly, and immediately first thing is you have to do is you have to stop the main supply of current. Main switch should be off. Okay, and when a building catches fire, you have to call for the fire brigade, and the vehicle is called fire engine. They got a very peculiar sound it will make, come very fast, and immediate steps to be taken to be informed. Especially should take care of the living beings. Some small child will be there, it will be sleeping inside the room, or there may be pet cat or dog or whatever it is. That should be saved first, then other things. Usually what happens when fire comes, when a house is caught fire, or a factory or a school or a theatre, what happens? They start shouting, oh fire, 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 fire. They shout. They become emotional. Should be very careful, should have a balance of mind. And of course they give you a lot of training for that also, to how to handle the fire accidents. So here these are some of the things you must note. First they try with the water. In some cases water is not suitable. They take sand, throw sand on the burning fire. If that also fails, they will try with some other methods, is it not? And this is what is called fire engine. See, they are throwing water here. Sometimes some other smoke also, like that of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, why carbon dioxide used? It is not a support of combustion, is it not? So that will be very helpful, especially in electric shocks, or in case of when the electric gadgets are there, should not use water, is it not? So in the place of building, school, house, etc., fire accident, a fire brigade arrives and pours water on the fire. What does the water do? Water cools the combustion material so that its temperature is brought below its ignition temperature. So water cools the thing. But water is not suitable for all the cases. In that case, this prevents the fire from spreading. Water vapor also surrounds the combustible matter, helping the cutting off of the supply of air. In the process, fire is extinguished. So you should see that the air supply is cut. So to cut off the air supply, first they will try with water, then they try with carbon dioxide, etc. Okay? Let us see more details in the next class. And before we close, we will see what home assignments. First question, what are inflammable substances? Give two examples. Kerosene oil and wood do not catch fire on their own. Why? How does the fire brigade control the fire? Shall we see what our Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai says? So this is a beautiful photo of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Let us hear to him his words. Always follow the dictum, work is worship, duty is God. If you offer whatever you do as worship to God, your life will become a saga of immense peace and happiness. That's what is said in Kannada, Kayakave Kailasa. So, if you offer it to God, Tasmai Namaha Karmane, then what do you get? You get immense peace and happiness. Okay? Come prepared with the homeworks. Thank you.